What's going on? I'm going to do a Xcub tutorial here, real similar to the Carbon Cub FX3 on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Got my camera set up in a funky position, so I hope that you all can see everything. Probably not real well, but we'll take a look here at the cockpit. Everything looks good. So we're out at 3 November Romeo 3, that's in Brevard. So anyway, we'll go ahead and start going here. I'm going to flow with this thing. I'm pretty familiar with it, so don't really need a checklist because I've done it so many times. Alright, going to check the fuel up here. That looks good. Fuel looks good on both sides. Selecting for left. Prop goes full forward. Now the specific procedure for priming this particular airplane, master switch comes on. The manual specifies for mixture to go full rich and throttle to go full open. Fuel pump comes on, and then we look for our peak flow on the fuel pressure, which is right about there. We bring this to idle cutoff, turn the pump off, throttle comes to close, and then back open about a quarter of the way. So finish on this side of the panel. Carb heat is cold. We're going to go ahead and bring the mags in. Everything else stays off. Moving over to this side, avionics master is off. Going to turn on the nav, let people know stuff's happening. Carb heat, or excuse me, cabin heat is in, and we are ready to go. So throttle's cracked, brakes are held, and clear prop. Bring that mixture in and set for 1200, right about there. Avionics master comes on, alternator master comes on, and lights can stay off for the moment. I'm going to turn some lights on in here so we can see the shield, or the glare shield. There we go. Now we can see. Cool. So look, I'm just going to flip this over to FMS. There we go. And this is the G3X, excuse me. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to lean for being on the ground, lean for peak RPM, 30, 40. There we go. Now we're leaned. Nice and good. Let's see. Temperature, oil coming up, pressure's good. EGT, CHT, everything's looking good. I forgot to check the field elevation, so I'll have to get up and go to Atlanta Center to get the barometric pressure. So, yeah. I have to request a flight following, go to Atlanta Center. But here's the Xcub. Very cool. Love this thing. Our oil is up in the green, so we can go ahead and get ready to taxi. We won't worry about announcements or anything like that for the sake of this video. Go ahead and peek up over the nose here. I'm on an Intel Core i3, and I get pretty good frame rates. So I've got medium, mostly medium, with some ultra stuff mixed in. And I have everything on realistic. I actually have a realistic physics mod to further make this thing behave a little bit more like a regular Xcub would, as per the book. These guys have basically taken the in-game Xcub and made it a lot more accurate, up to par as far as factory specifications go and stuff. Let's turn a little bit here. And we'll go back here and do our run up, and that will be that. do a grass takeoff, I think. This thing really likes the grass. Alright, we'll go ahead. I didn't see anyone out to the side there, so we'll go ahead and do a run up right here. Alright, so standard procedure for this guy. Mixture goes rich, brakes are held, sticks back at 1700 RPM. Alright, ready and mag one. There's a 40 drop on that one. And also 40. Looks good. Let it come back up, and we'll do a carb heat. Okay, it's 100 drop exactly, as long as we don't exceed 150, I think. Come down here. Everything is looking good. All right, back to 1200. And like I said, we won't worry about announcements or anything like that, just for the sake of time. I'll do the one notch of flap takeoff, I think. A lot of times you can do no notches, and then at about 20 or 30 knots you can bring in everything full, jump it off the ground, and then bring it back to one notch, and that technique works really well. But usually one notch of flap is just fine. 1,000, 2, 1,000, and she's up. So 1,000, 2, 1,000, and then full power. Brakes coming off. Nose is going to come forward, staying on that rudder to keep her straight. And away we go. And get down here. Flaps coming up, and we're going to climb out at VX, which is 51. Or around VX, that is. Holding the right rudder to stay coordinated. It's a little bit bumpy, but there's 31. Alright, so we're above 3,000, so start pulling the mixture out. Alright, we're going to go to 35. Start leaning everything out just as soon as I get trimmed here. So we'll go 17 and 21 since we're at almost 4,000. Start leaning back. All right, there's peak. That was my peak RPM. All right, I'm now leaned for 3,500 feet. And there you go. That's a takeoff in the Xcub. So we'll head towards Asheville Airport, which I'm pretty sure is in this, relatively in this direction. I live right down the, yep, there's Asheville right there. I live just up the road from a private grass runway, which I had really a lot of fun on in this simulator, because it was perfectly replicated in this simulator, and I was really having a lot of fun operating off that grass strip. Unfortunately, with the latest update, it took it off the map. So, really stinks, but just down from it, there's, down by the Borg Warner Factory, there is a, I should have put those on, shouldn't I? By the Borg Warner Factory, there's an old grass runway that works good, so that's where we're going. Okay, we're at 36. Let me get back down. We'll try and maintain 3,500. 17 and 20 to 21 is what the manual specifies for cruise. I've been reading through the manual. It's funny how these are set right next to each other. That's not, I don't think that would be accurate in real life. It would be a lot farther back. Okay, now we're getting kind of too low here. Oh, you know what I need to do? 3536. So transponder 3536 altitude, enter. And request Class C airspace permission. Alright. Perfect. See if there's anyone else around us here. My apologies, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why I quit. Alright, we are descending down 2800. Mixture is going to come full rich. And we're going to start our circuit here to land. This will be a 3-point landing. We're going to try and see how short we can get it. Go ahead and switch to the left tank for landing. That's where we're going right there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the nose up, get 1 notch of flap in there. Maintain about 65 knots and start descending. Bring that power to idle. And then we'll bring in the 2nd notch of flaps since we're on base. Maintain it. Okay, we rolling? Alright, I got 2 minutes to pull this off before my storage runs out. Second notch of flaps. This is a little different. I want to maintain about 55 knots for the wheel landing. I'm going to keep in 2 notches of flaps. I don't know if I should use 3 or not, but I'm just going to go with 2. mixture's rich.
Crosswind, not bad. So this is and staying on that rudder. Brakes nice and easy. There you go. That's your wheel landing. So we'll go ahead and go over here and shut this thing down. Xcub tutorial. Pretty much 1200 mixture comes out. All the lights can come off. Turn off the mags and the alternator master. Avionics master.